Hi guys, and welcome back to Dialogue, the dialogue on analog music reproduction. In this episode, we're going to focus on something that you guys asked several times in the comments, in the emails, etc. What am I talking about? A decent high-fidelity audiophile system within $1,000 range, actually below that, and the same within European terms, euro, pounds, etc. Want to know what are these key components? Take a look with us. Go! Okay, I want to try and give you some ideas, some suggestions in order to create your own hi-fi system if you need to start from scratch. If you really do not know where to go, what to look for, maybe you have an old system of your dad in your house, or you do not have anything, you're just streaming music from your computer and you want, finally, good decision, you want to jump to something high quality, to really hear music, perhaps hopefully vinyl, tape maybe, or even the true capabilities of a CD, a super audio CD, etc. But you do need a good system to do that. And finally you decided to do that. Good idea, again. So you're gonna need the right components. And I think it's something good to do, a correct thing to suggest budget items, because you can do, assemble a system with a decent amount of money without spending thousands and thousands of dollars and looking for high-end components. Yes, you can do that today. So I'm going to try and set up a system for the US, for North America, because the products are different and the prices are different. And at the same time, I'm also going to give you indications on how to create your system if you're based in Europe. So the four main components we're going to take a look at are a turntable, good quality turntable, a preamp, phono preamp or phono stage, amplifier, integrated amplifier obviously, and a pair of good speakers. Okay, let's start out. Okay, before starting, I just want to say that obviously if you're searching for these single components, these are going to be excellent suggestions as well to insert them in a system you already have and you want to make a little upgrade, for example, on your phono preamp or your turntable, whatever it is, okay? So you do not have to take this only as a working system altogether. Absolutely not. These are fantastic options I'm going to tell you about, and then they work perfectly with other part of your systems. They're so good and easily matchable. Okay, so let's start with our first point. Turntables, the core of this analog revolution, we could say. Obviously, you can check the video description for the links of all these products, so you can directly take a look. I'm mainly going to base the prices I found on Amazon in America or in Europe, so that's more or less the base point. Then you can check other places. You perhaps can even spend less than what I'm going to report. So, turning back to our first point, turntables. Okay, for North America, I'm going to suggest you the excellent U-Turn audio turntables, and more specifically, the Orbit Plus. This turntable comes more or less at $289, and I suggest to spend this little extra money on the Plus version because it has this fantastic acrylic platter, which I think is something to invest in. It also has a very good cartridge, which comes together, an Audiophile OM5E, with obviously a diamond stylus, nothing less, I would say. And the motor is also, this synchronous motor is absolutely a good starting point. Compared to other versions of other types of turntables, I think for America this is a fantastic option. These are a great set of turntables. I must admit, you can buy this basic type in various colors, so it's an excellent choice, I think. So coming instead to England, or more specifically, more broadly, in broader terms, Europe, I would like to suggest the Riga Planner 1 turntable. This is a multi-award turntable. I don't think it maybe needs any presentation. It is a very good turntable, fantastic motor, great arm. It also has a very good, cartridge manufactured by Riga itself. So you're really gonna start at a high point here. It does cost a little bit because we're talking about 249 pounds, maybe something more. It depends. I found this price on Amazon, but I saw this changes a lot of times. So you never know what's going to happen, but I think it's worth every penny. Absolutely. Okay, guys, let's pass now to our second point. A lot of you, if you want, you can somehow spend a little less. If you really want to spend less than this $1,000 budget, or respectively, I don't know, around 800 pounds or 800 euro, more or less, around that those numbers there. If you want, you can save a little bit of money if you do not get a phono preamp. Obviously, if you already have one, or if the amplifier you're going to choose does have it. I'm going to give you some suggestions, but I do recommend to buy this if you can. If you don't have it, then buy it, obviously. If you really want to save a little extra money from this budget, this is the place where to retain. Do not buy this component, and you can buy it subsequently if you have the possibility of using a built-in phono preamp, for example. So, okay, instead, if those of you who want to instead go ahead and buy a phono preamp, here are my suggestions. Okay, so starting for North America, I cannot not mention the Sheet Mani. This is a fantastic little jewel made by this American company. I also had other amplifiers, headphone amplifier, which was fantastic quality for the price. This is amazingly only $129. It has a separate power supply. It obviously can accept moving magnet and moving coil cartridges. It is fully settable. The gain, the load. I mean, it's fabulous. I mean, at this price, it's a win-win. You just go to buy this, I think, if you have a very low budget. Okay, so coming instead to Europe, where you may find actually the Sheet Mani, because they have a good distribution. So this could be a good suggestion also for Europe. If you do not find it, or you do not, I don't know, appreciate specific specs, you could try taking a look at the Cambridge Audio CP2, which again is a high quality built moving magnet and also moving coil phono preamplifier. It's all made, as you can see, by discrete components, very high quality. You just take a look at the components inside, and you already understand that you're facing something of very high quality. As you can see in the back, you just select which kind of cartridge you want. You have the other settings, and I think it's great. I mean, they're both absolutely fantastic for this price range. I mean, for this price range, there's so much quality. It's amazing. I must admit that. Okay, so these were the main suggestions for the phono preamps or phono stage. Okay, now let's get in one of the most important parts, I think, in this in an audio system, the amplifier. The amplifier is gonna last a long time. I mean, obviously you can resell it after a year, but usually you tend to keep your amp. You tend instead to change your turntable, your phono preamp, your speakers, but your amp usually stays with you. So it's an important piece to choose. Okay, so for North America, I think that an excellent choice is that of the Emotiva Bass X A100. This solution was brought to my attention by good old Steve Guttenberg, the audiophiliac, and I think that he is completely right. This is a fabulous piece of equipment at a ridiculous price. I mean, it's amazing that such a good piece of hardware costs only $229. If you live in America, might as well go for this little baby. I can see only one downside here, that it has only a very, very low number, actually one input. So you're gonna have to use a switch in order to, or another device, a preamp, for example, in order to have a higher number of inputs, because I don't think one is enough. I made a video on this. Here's a link where you can take a look at a few solutions in order to expand the inputs of your amplifier. You can change the voltage of this little baby, so you can use it also in Europe if you decide to import it, although it's going to cost a little more than $229, obviously. And this is a AB amplifier, AB class amplifier, which means, I'm not going to be technical, it takes the good part of A amplifier, obviously, and the good part of B, and they put it together, and cutting down all the possible distortions tied to B and other issues tied to A. So it is a really good solution at this price. I really don't think there's nothing equal. The power, the output power, is of 50 watts per channel if we're talking about 8 ohms. 8 ohm speaker ohms, or for 4 ohms you have 80 watts per channel, which is a lot. And it's capable, as Steve was saying, it's capable of dealing also with less efficient, low sensibility speakers, which means you can throw anything at it at that point. So the Emotiva is a fantastic choice for North America. Okay, instead, if we're talking about Europe, an excellent, fantastic choice for your amp would be the Marantz PM5005. Marantz, it has a long tradition. Marantz was actually American, then it became Japanese. It has a very long tradition since the 50s, I think. A lot of excellent products. It's always been one of the main names in audiophiles and hi-fi quality. And actually, these last products that they're creating are very good. I mean, this little baby here, which is much more expensive, for example, in America, that's why I'm suggesting to buy this instead in Europe, which comes for around 199 pounds, is a full option, we could call it, machine, because it has high number of inputs. You can also connect different kinds of loudspeakers of different resistance. It delivers 40 watts over 8 ohms or 55 watts over 4 ohms. It is fully discrete, all analog inside, no other gizmos. So the sound will be very, I would say, faithful, with low distortion and high quality. So this is absolutely a great decision, a great choice if you decide to follow this suggestion I'm telling you for Europe. Okay, so now let's take a look at our fourth part of our system, perhaps the most important of all, because it's the component that delivers music. What am I talking about? Obviously, the speakers. Speakers are fundamental. You really need to invest a little bit of money there. So, coming to North America, I, again, thanks also to Steve, but also many others, and I absolutely agree with them. I would like to suggest the ELAC 2 debut B6.2. This is a $300 pair of speakers. Very high quality. It's a two-way speaker, and it delivers 120 watts on 6 ohms. It has 6 ohms of impedance, which is rather, well, not low, but midway. It has a fantastic frequency response, reaching 35 kilohertz. So it could also be considered practically high resolution also. And the materials, the choice of the materials are fantastic. What's the downside in general of bookshelf speakers, or however you call them, these small types of speakers? Unfortunately, you're gonna need a stand, a floor stand for them, which I did not include inside the expenses, because someone may decide to put it on some furniture, a shelf you have at home. So that's not 100% required, but it's a good idea to do that. Plus, these ELAC must be positioned carefully within the house, because within the listening room, it must be correctly positioned with the right amount of space, around 20 centimeters from the back wall, etc. They're a little fussy about that. But again, these are fabulous. For Europe, instead, we're talking about a different set of speakers, also fabulous, perhaps even better than these, I must admit, than the ELAC. The Monitor Audio Bronze 2, which comes for around 279 pounds. And these little guys, which I must admit are beautiful. You can also decide which kind of finish you want. They have 4 types of finishes. It has this reverse dome, high quality drivers. As you can see, they won a lot of awards. Again, we have a very high quality frequency response. They go all the way up to 30 kilohertz. Again, 2-wave. Type of obviously when we're talking about these small speakers, they usually are 2-way, where we have the mid and high frequencies are together, and the low frequencies in the bass driver below. And here we have 100 watts per channel. According to a lot of people, these are one of the best choice you can get at this price range. Absolutely. Well, okay, guys, I hope you like these suggestions, these choices. I think that together they bring a good synergy and will deliver high quality audio in your system. If you're at the beginning, or again, as I said, if you are picking single elements to upgrade something you already have, or you're simply just missing that. I just wanted to say that in the European system, the Marantz has a moving magnet input, phono input for your turntable, if you have a moving magnet cartridge, obviously. In that case, then you can take out, as I said, the phono preamp for a while, because obviously it's never going to be high quality as a standalone phono preamp, as the one I suggested to get, in this case, the Cambridge CP2. So you can take that out if you're gonna have a moving magnet cartridge, and lower the price, since the total is a little higher than the amount of dollars for the American system. Again, you have to check, you have to look around. You're gonna find lower prices and higher prices in respect to what I said. So that I just try to find a very good low price, but you can find also used equipment. So do not think that what I said is sculpted in brass and that cannot be changed. Please do look around, not only Amazon. Okay, guys? If you have suggestions, please write them in the comments. We're all here to listen to you, because a lot of you guys have more experience in specific sectors and for specific types of machines. So absolutely chime in and give us your thoughts on this. Okay? Thank you, guys. Bye.